million. I ask you.
Well, this morning is good for getting a lot of paper signed for Mr. Drysdale.
You was doing that when I left here 2 hours ago.
Oh, I signed 10 or 12 since then.
You got all them to go yet?
I'm just glad I don't have to read them.
The money's a curse, Jed. It's a curse. If you didn't have it, you wouldn't be needing to do all of this. We'd be living where there was possums aplenty, and the young'uns wouldn't be so spoiled that they was...
Hello? Oh, Jethro, where are you calling from?
Try and guess. No? No? I guess again.
Jethro, where are you calling from? What? I'll be right there. Come on, Granny.
Hello, operator. This here's Jethro Bodine. I just gonna let you folks know that I got a telephone in my truck now. I rigged it myself.
He's put a phone in the truck.
Yeah, with an unlisted number.
Not foolishness. He's got too much time and money on his hands.
Bye, operator. How about this?
What are you up to?
Uncle Jed, I figure it's about time we start acting like rich folks. Heck, every millionaire's got a phone in his car. Now, you stay right here. I'll phone you from Wilshire Boulevard.
I tell you, Jed, that boy is round the bend.
I don't know. Making a phone work from a truck takes a heap of smarts.
He's connected to the house.
Yeah, I hope he's keeping count of how much wire he's got. Here's he misfigured a mite.
Now you see what comes from having too much money. Millionaires, phones in the car. His rope has slipped. It's pulling.
Dear sir, it gives me great pleasure to inform you that the Clampett account has now reached the amount of $68,415,000. Signed, very truly yours, etc., etc. Now, who shall I send it to?
To me. I love getting good news in the mail.
Oh, pardon me. I'm Virginia Jennings from UCLA. I wondered if I might see Mr. Drysdale.
Well, he...
Come in, come in. My door is always open to American youth. Oh, this is Miss Hathaway. How may I help you, my dear?
Well, I'm president of the Philosophy Society at the university, and we have voted to make you an honorary member.
Well, this is a surprise, eh, Miss Hathaway?
Yes, congratulations, Chief.
Because of his generous and humanitarian ways, the Friends of Plato do hereby appoint Milburn Drysdale an honorary fellow.
Thank you. You know, I've always been a devotee of the great philosophers. Rockefeller, Morgan, Rothschild, Getty.
Yes. Well, now that you're a member of the FOP, I know you'll want to participate in our current project.
Certainly, certainly. What is it?
We're trying to raise funds to help a number of impoverished students finish their education.
What a wonderful idea. Who are they?
Well, I'm one. The other two girls are waiting outside.
Say, that's very clever of you.
Then we can count on your support?
Of course, you have my blessing.
We were hoping for something a little more tangible.
Like money?
Frankly, yes.
Say no more. Here at the Commerce Bank, we're always ready to help out needy students. Help her out, Miss Hathaway.
But it would only be a small loan for a few luxuries, you know, food, shelter, clothing.
Out. And tell your buddy Plato not to come begging around here either.
You just know softy, Chief.
Boy, I hope she gets a loan. I'm starving. Oh, if only we were food economic majors. We'd have some homework to eat. Jenny, that happy, radiant look on your face can only mean one thing.
You're right. I bombed out.
What do we do now?
Well, there's one more chance. I met this old kook of a millionaire named Clampett once when I was writing a term paper. He might help.
Let's go.
Now, wait a minute. Instead of the Friends of Plato, we ought to give ourselves a name that'll get sympathy.
Oh, well, how about Friends of Oppressed Educationless Youth?
You got the right idea, but the initials should spell out some catchy word.
So?
So that spells phooey. Come on, we'll think of something on the way.
And when was the last time you got to go fishing?
Well,
Afore you got the money. And when was the last time you got to harvest a crop?
well,
Afore you got the money. I say it's been nothing but a curse.
Granny, you're probably right, but what are we going to do? Only we're stuck with it, we just got to suffer along. Oh, howdy, young lady. Come in.
Thank you, Mr. Clampett. Hello, Granny.
Well, if it ain't little Ginny Jennings from up to the college.
Sure enough. What can we do for you?
Well, Mr. Clampett, I'm here representing Needy.
Needy?
Yes, the National Establishment for Educating Deserving Youth.
That sounds like a worthy cause.
Oh, it is, Mr. Clampett, and, well, to be honest, Needy needs money. A lot of it.
A lot of it?
Yes, sir.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Sounds like an outfit could use $68,415,000. Young lady, step in the kitchen. I'm going to write you a check.
Thank you again, Mr. Clampett. With this check, you have unlocked the economic shackles on that great door of learning, beyond which lies the sum total of human knowledge.
Well, you're surely welcome to it. Bye.
Bye, honey.
Goodbye, patrons of knowledge, generous benefactors of scholarly endeavor. Farewell, good friends of
Did you get it, or didn't you?
Yes, such wonderful people, you know, so kind and warm and really interested.
How
in you.
much?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't looked at the check yet.
Well, is it enough to buy a hamburger?
Oh, I'm sure it's more than enough. Yeah, $68,415,000.
Oh, great. Let's see. 68
million?
Oh, Jim, we is plumb broke, and I've never been so happy in my whole life.
I feel this like I've been took out of harness myself. You know, I'm feeling better every minute. Fact is, I think I'll just walk right down to the bank and give Mr. Drysdale back his papers.
There's another person that won't have to worry about your money no more.
Yep. He'll be able to breathe a whole lot easier now.
Well, we don't have to spend it all on ourselves. We can help other kids get through the university.
Yeah, we can buy books, supplies.
We could buy the university.
I suppose we could do a lot of good with this money.
Please!
All right, I'll think about it. Thank you, Mr. Drysdale. Come on, kids.
It's true, Chief. I telephoned Granny, and Mr. Clampett signed the check. She's positively elated about it.
Oh, boy, I've got to stop eating herring and sour cream before bed. It's given me the worst nightmare I've ever had. Well, it's just like I'm awake.
You are awake, Chief.
Mind your own business.
You might as well face it. The Clampett account is gone.
Now, don't panic. This is business. These things happen. You win a few, you lose a few.
Well, Chief, I'm really impressed with the way you're taking this. What are you writing?
A suicide note.
Oh, now. Get a hold of yourself. There's nothing we can do about it.
Oh, yes, there is. We can fight.
What?
I've let Mr. Clampett get away too long with his crazy money ideas of his, and I'm calling a halt. I'm going to tell him if he persists with this insane idea, it's going to rub hard on him, real hard. I'll say to him, Mr. Clampett, if you give away all your money, you're going to have to move out of that mansion immediately.
Chief.
No, I'm through fooling around. And I'll say, Mr. Clampett, if you're broke, you're real broke. That means no money for food, no gasoline for the truck, nothing.
Chief, Mr. Clampett is...
I don't care who he is. I'm going to get tough.
Drysdale, you don't have to get tough. We fully expect to give the house back. It's only fair. And don't worry about us spending no money. We know we're broke and we're glad of it.
Isn't there anything I can do?
Sure is. You can start relaxing, and it shouldn't take long now that you ain't got the money to worry about.
Mr. Clampett?
Ah, this ain't goodbye. We'll be in touch. And, Miss Jean, see can you get him to do a little fishing?
Chief, you're crying again.
Okay, let's get going.
I'm almost done, Granny, but we want to be sure and leave the place looking like we found it.
Uncle Chet, have a heart. What's a sophisticated, educated playboy like me gonna do around all them hog wrestlers back home?
Oh, I reckon you'll get by.
But, Uncle Chet, I belong here. Beverly Hills folks is my kind of people.
You're welcome to stay if you want to.
Well, I can't without money. I've done gone and got used to a high standard of living.
Well, you're between a rock and a hard place, because I ain't got no money to give you.
Granny, we've been living here for 5 years. Now we's leaving. Ain't Did you say it?
Yeah, sad it took so dad blame long to pack.
All right, boy, drive on.
Chief!
It's no use, Miss Hathaway. I'm going to that big safety deposit box in the sky.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
What else is left to live for? All the good things in life are gone. All 68 million of them.
Chief, you're acting like a child. Now, why don't you approach this Clampett problem constructively?
It's too late. Don't try to change my mind. Just pull the desk out from under me.
Oh, Chief, I couldn't.
If you feel that strongly about losing me.
Oh, no, it's not that. It's just that this desk is too heavy for me to pull.
Miss Hathaway!
You'd like to get onto this chair. Well, be reasonable. Well, why don't you forget about losing the Clampett account and start trying to get the Jennings account?
The what account?
The Friends of Plato. They have the money now.
Yes. Say, that's right. I know. I'll try to get the Jennings account. Miss Hathaway, I just saved the day.
Jethro, can't you go no faster? I want to get back to them piney woods whilst I can still climb a tree.
Yeah, let's go.
Uncle Jed, are you going to give them the big news, or should I?
What you mean?
We ain't going to make it to them woods back home. The gas we got, we'll be doing good if we get outside the city limits.
How far can we go?
It beats me. We's running on wishful thinking right now.
You better find the first big, thick green woods you can. First place you see more than two trees together, pull over.
Ranger Warkle here. Warkle. W-A-R-K-L-E. Right. A truck about to dump some trash at the east boundary. And there's not even a road on that side of the park.
Well, this is as far as we're going, Uncle Jed. The tank's drier than dust.
Yeah, leastways we made it into some tolerable woods. How's Granny doing back there, Ellie?
Well, she's still asleep, Paul. Has been since before we turned off the road.
How'd she manage to sleep through all this bumping?
Plumb tuckered out. She loaded up the truck single-handed in 20 minutes flat.
Oh, I must have dozed off. Oh, we're back in our woods. And so soon. My, look how pretty everything looks here at home. Nothing's changed a bit. I feel like a new person now that I'm here.
Granny,
Oh, I gotta kiss the ground. The hallowed soil of my homeland. Oh, I've waited so long for this.
Granny, I think I'd hold off on that.
How come?
Well, we ain't exactly home.
Where is we?
Strictly speaking, we're still in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles? Pooey! You dumb cluck, you've been driving around in circles.
We come as far as we could with the gas we had.
You mean we're stuck here?
For a little while, but leastways, we got good dirt under our feet. We got trees, bushes, sky to look at.
Birds and breeze to listen to. And...
How about it, Granny?
Los Angeles, pooh!
All right, here we are. Miss Jennings, your new home. Compliments of the Commerce Bank.
But this is the Clampett mansion.
Ah, but not anymore. It's yours for as long as you want it. And in those boxes, you'll find a few more surprises from the Commerce Bank.
You can't afford to give her the car and all of this?
You've got to spend $1 to make $1. Besides, I'm keeping the trading stamps.
Really, Mr. Drysdale, I just don't feel right about your giving us all these things.
Nonsense. It's just what I felt in my heart. And there's absolutely no strings attached. Of course, when it comes time to depositing the check, I hope you'll keep in mind that other banks would give you a calendar or a lousy blotter or something. Oh, goodbye.
Look, Jenny, this coat still has a tag on it. 4,500 clams. And this dress must be a Paris original.
Look, put it all back. I'm not going to take any of it, or this mansion, or that car.
What?
Look, Mr. Drysdale is only doing it so I'll deposit this check in his bank, and I just can't cash it.
All right, but we can at least try some of these things on.
Well, I suppose we could do that much.
Yeah.
You know, Jed, staying on here till we get enough money to go home on might not be so bad after all.
Yeah, leastways we's in the woods, away from all them buildings.
I've been studying on it. I bet you the owner of these woods would let us sharecrop them if we asked him. That way we could trade off the harvest for gas.
He'd probably be tickled pink just to get his land cleared.
Uncle Jed, I gotta talk to you. I've been out for a long tramp in the woods, and there's something I found out.
Why?
I got to head back to the city. I'm going and got too sophisticated to live out here like a wild animal.
Yeah.
Well, heck yeah. When you took on as much class and savoir-faire as me, you can't just up and chuck it like a pair of dirty overalls.
Well, it's your life, boy. How do you figure on making a living?
Well, I'm gonna have me a talk with that there needy outfit. Having all your money, they can support me in a manner which I've become accustomed.
Well, before you make up your mind, why don't you listen to what we're planning to do out here?
Okay, shoot.
Well, we're going to look up the owner of this land and see can we clear it for a little farm.
But that'd take a good 6 weeks of wood chopping.
Yeah, and it'll feel good to get back doing some hard work for a change.
Well, I'm sorry, Uncle Jed, but it'd be too risky for me to do that kind of unskilled labor.
What you mean?
Well, I've been planning on being a brain surgeon or a soda jerker. And for either one, I got to protect these hands.
Well, good luck, boy. Be sure and say bye to your Granny and Ellie Mae before you leave, and let us hear from you.
Yes, sir. Bye, Uncle Jed.
Oh, howdy. Jed Clampetts, my name.
I'm Ranger Warkle.
Well, pleased to meet you, Ranger. Who?
Warkle. W-A-R-K-L-E.
Yeah, Warkle. Sounds a little like a bird call, don't it?
What are you doing with this axe?
Oh, you got something to do with this land?
Well, you could say that, yes.
Well, you're going to be happy to hear this. We're planning on chopping down all these trees and plowing and planting a little corn.
Oh. And I suppose you want to build a little red barn and put up a nice fence, too.
Not unless we get some livestock.
You trying to get my goat?
Oh, we don't need a goat. Well, what do you say? Can we commence clearing?
Listen, you old coot. Can't you figure out why these trees are standing here?
Oh, but if you don't watch your tongue, you're going to have to find somebody else to chop them down.
Howdy. Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Jethro Bodine. I used to live here.
Oh, but Mr. Drysdale said we could take...
I bet you're the folks from Needy. Is Ginny Jennings here?
Jethro?
Ginny? Ginny Jennings? Is that you?
Well, yes, Jethro, but what are you doing here? I thought you and your family had moved.
Well, we did, but I just ain't cut out for that poor dirt farmer a bit. Well, it might be all right for them others, but I'm too much of a swinger now. I need about $1 million or $2 from Needy.
You need money? But your Uncle Jed's a millionaire.
Not no more. He'd give it all to you.
All of it?
He's flattered and run over a hat.
Well, whose car is that?
I don't know.
Well, I'll go see if there's anybody out back.
I hope I can get that jar of crow gizzards that I left in the pantry. If we can't trade them for gas, I don't know what we'll do.
Don't worry, Granny.
Can't get over that Warkle fella running us off that land.
Well, that's my fault, Granny. He probably took it personal when I said his name sounded like a bird call.
Oh, we've got to go find him. Oh, Mr. Clampett, we were just leaving to look for you. You've got to take this check back.
I do?
If we kept this money, we'd be miserable for the rest of our lives. It just isn't fair. Come on, girls, we've got to take this stuff back now.
He's right, Granny. It ain't fair to make them young'uns suffer with all our millions.
Did you notice how they were dressed? The money was starting to ruin them already.
Mr. Clampett, what are you doing back here? Where are the girls going?
I'm afraid we got some bad news for you, Mr. Drysdale. We're leaving my money in your bank. We ain't giving it away.
Do you see it, Miss Hathaway? They're giving it back to me. Oh, Miss Hathaway.
Well, it was nice being broke while it lasted.
Yeah, but the money is our problem. It's up to us to bear the burden of it.
Us and Mr. Dry's. They're trying to grab our land. Hurry, Ellie, fetch the rest of the guns.
Now, hold on. What's this all about?
Ain't got time to tell you. They got Cousin Pearl.
Pearl?
It was her who telephoned. Said the Indians was trying to grab our land. Then all of a sudden, everything went dead.
She got cut off.
Yeah, right at her scalp.
They ain't kicked up a fuss in our neck of the woods for 100 years.
They've been laying back trying to catch us off guard. And while we're standing here gabbing, they're torturing poor Pearl.
What'd you say about Ma?
I can't tell you. It's not for your young, tender ears. Jed, they probably got her tied on an anthill, dragging her behind a wild pony, burning her at the stake.
Here's the rest of the guns. Let's go.
Yeah, we gotta save Ma.
Hold it.
Well, put it back, Paul. Granny says the engines will be out to Ohio.
Let's get going.
Now, we ain't going no place except in the house to call Pearl. Now, come on, all of you.
Jed, you're playing right into the hands of them red savages. The whole city's the bug tussle will be in flames. All 5 buildings will be burning. Them redskins will be hoping.
Granny, I just don't believe there is any engine trouble.
That's what General Custer said.
Hathaway?
Oh, Chief, Mr. Brewster just phoned from the Clampett oil fields. And
They brought in another gusher. Oh, good old Brewster. Just tell him to keep those Clampett millions rolling in.
Well, that's not quite it, Chief. It seems there's an Indian reservation which adjoins the Clampett oil land.
They brought in a
And
gusher there. Send a message to my Red brothers. Tell them Milburn Drysdale, their friend, speak with straight tongue. Tell them send old black wampum my bank. We put him in solid steel teepee, keep money safe for noble red brother.
Chief, please hear me out. There has been a boundary dispute, and the Indians are claiming part of the Clampett oil land.
Why, those dirty, thieving savages. Get Brewster on the phone. Tell him to call out the cavalry. This uprising must be put down.
There has been no uprising. It is a minor boundary dispute.
Anything involving the Clampett money is not minor. Now, I want the pony soldiers sent in there with their thundersticks.
Really? If you will just listen to me for one moment. Mr. Brewster feels the entire matter can be taken care of very nicely by a conference between Mr. Clampett and the chief of the Crowfeet.
Never. I know Jed Clampett. Why, he'd give the Indians his whole oil field and his money to boot.
Now, Chief,
Didn't he try to give it to those college kids? And for no reason. Just because they were starving.
Well, I'm afraid it is too late to prevent the meeting. Chief Running Wolf and his son are on their way out, and I told Mr. Brewster I would meet them at the airport.
Traitor. Turncoat.
Reasonable.
Oh, all right. Meet them at the airport as you agreed. But don't bring them to the Clampett. You bring them here, and I will do the negotiating.
But Mr. Brewster said he...
You bring Indian here for powwow. Or you and me have powwow. I pow, and you ow.
Granny, these turnips are getting awful heavy.
Put them back in the truck like I told you. The redskins have probably burnt the crops back home.
Bring them turnips back here and Ella May put the guns away.
Jed, you don't know them Injuns like I do. My grandpappy fought 'em. He told me.
Hello, Luke. Yeah, Judge Clampett speaking. Well, listen, Luke, Granny is worried that folks is getting scalped there. Would you talk to her?
I didn't say you was overcharging anybody, you old nut.
Granny made Indian scalp. She got the notion the Crowfeet's on the warpath and grabbed Cousin Pearl. We couldn't get no answer at her house. Oh. Luke says that Pearl was in there not 10 minutes ago.
Was she missing any hair?
He couldn't tell. She was wearing a hat.
She could have been scalped to the bone.
Granny, she'd have said something.
Not Pearl. She was never one to bother other folks with her trouble.
Luke, that's all we wanted. You ain't seen no Indians, huh? Well, thanks a heap. Bye.
Jed, your ignorance of Injuns is gonna be the death of Luke Short. Of course he ain't seen no Injuns. He ain't gonna see 'em.
Hey, what should I do with the turnips?
He's gonna hear an owl hoot. Then he's gonna hear a whippoorwill call. And then... fiery arrow right into his pickle barrel.
Hey, what should I do with the turnips?
Hey, if you want to call Luke and warn him, go right ahead. Now, give me them turnips.
Well, is we gonna go home and fight Indians? Or ain't we?
I'm not. I don't want to hear no more about it.
There goes a good man, Jethro, but he's got one blind spot. Injuns. Hello. Oh, howdy, Mr. Brewster. Yeah, Pearl told us the Injuns were after our land. What? They're coming to Beverly Hills. Never mind, I ain't got no time to listen to no more. Goodbye. Come on, Jethro, we gotta spread the alarm. The Injuns are coming.
Why would they come out here?
Down there, stupid questions. The whole city, we gotta save them.
Actually, this boundary dispute could have been settled by correspondence. But I thought Dad would enjoy seeing Los Angeles.
How about it, Chief Running Wolf? What do you think of our city?
Ugh. Oh, come on, Dad. He likes to put people on with that Indian talk. Actually, he's a graduate of Oxford.
How interesting. I really would like your opinion, Chief.
Well, frankly, I find the high incidence of hydrocarbon and monoxide pollutants in your thermally inverted atmosphere very detrimental to proper respiration.
Go back to Ugg.
The Indians are coming! Get the cars in a circle! The Indians are coming! Get all the cars in a circle!
Mr. Drysdale looks after the Clampett business affairs, and he requested that I bring you by here first. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all.
Dad owns a few banks back home. He and Mr. Drysdale will have a lot to talk about.
Wonderful! Running Wolf and Little Fox are here. Right, Chief?
Chief?
Oh! That's what I call Mr. Drysdale. It's merely a term of respect. He's not... Chief, what in the name of Tonto are you doing?
Pale-faced woman, leave Chief with Red Brother.
But, Chief...
Go. Take 'em coffee break. How? Red Brothers wear white man's clothes. Bad medicine. Want white man's oil land. Very bad medicine. Oil. Smell 'em up. Indian campground. Poison spring. Hey, Great Spirit. Very angry. Listen to counsel of true tongue. Go home, where the buffalo roam, and deer and antelope play. There seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Indian no listen to Brewster. White man speak with forked tongue. Indian speak straight tongue. Go home. Tell your people the great chief of West love Crowfeet tribe. Send them many presents. Cost them true tongue, plenty wampum. Beads for squaw. Tick, tick for brave. Look, magic fire stick. Beat 'em, Flint, huh? Indian make music sweeter than west wind in treetop. Forget oil land. Take 'em gifts. True tongue, give Red Brothers the works.
Don't worry, Ellie. Granny's got a scheme that'll fool them rascals when they goes to scalp us.
Granny, do you think it'll come to that? You'll just have to face up to it, child. It's the four of us against the whole Crowfoot tribe. We can only hold them off so long. Then they'll rush us and go for our hair.
Oh, Granny.
Just play dead and let them have it.
Won't that smart?
Not a bit.
Granny, hey, that's mine.
Oh, yeah. This is mine. Take yours, Ellie.
Jethro, I want you to... What is all this?
Wigs to fool the Injuns when they goes to scalp us.
And Granny's got one for you, too.
Yeah. There you are. You think you're albino. Injuns are superstitious about them.
Granny, I just talked to Mr. Brewster. The Indians is coming out all right, but they're just coming to talk.
Talk.
Yeah, they got a reservation over to the Beverly Sunset Hotel, and I'm supposed to go over there and talk to him.
Did I tell you he had a blind spot? He's walking right into their reservation. Well, at least he ain't going empty-handed. Ellie, fetch their guns.
Granny, we ain't going to fight. We're going to talk.
Did you ever see a John Wayne movie? It's an Injun trap. Why, they'll peel your head like an onion.
I ain't taking their word for it. Mr. Brewster said it.
Sure he said it. They was probably holding burning coals at his feet.
Here you go.
All right, we'll take the guns.
And the wigs, too.
And the wigs, too.
Now, there's just one little favor Ellie and me would like to ask of you before you go.
What's that?
Shoot us! What? Don't leave us to the mercy of them red devils.
Drive on, boy.
Ain't we gonna shoot him?
Drive on, boy.
John Wayne would have shot us.
I can't let you make a fool of yourself any longer. They've been putting you on.
It was a great performance, Mr. Drysdale. My people could take Indian lessons from it.
Running Wolf was a Rhodes Scholar at Oxford, and Little Fox has his Ph.D. from Harvard. And as for being impressed by these trinkets, the chief owns a string of banks.
Banks? So that's it. You're after the Clampett money, too.
Say, that reminds me, Dad. We're supposed to have a meeting with Mr. Clampett.
Miss Hathaway, could we impose upon you?
Oh, of course. My car's right out in front.
Never! You come near the Clampett place, and you'll be shot down like dogs.
I'm sorry. Actually, Mr. Drysdale's a very fine man. But he has one blind spot. Money. He just goes berserk.
Fortunately, we're meeting Mr. Clampett at our hotel.
Oh, good. I'll get you a cab.
Any sign of Injuns, Ellie?
No, ma'am, Granny. I ain't seen a thing, ain't heard nothing neither.
Oh, that's the worst sign there is. He'll be on us any minute.
Miss Jane's car just turned to the gate. She's made it to the fort.
I bet she ain't. He could be a redskin skulking behind every bush in the yard. Quick, step aside. I'll cover her. Oh, too late. They got her. There's an Injun at the wheel.
Oh, Granny!
This is for Miss Jane, you bloodthirsty buzzard.
Hit him, Granny?
I don't know if I hit me, but I sure got a mess of feathers.
How do you do? Won't you come in?
Thank you.
Oh, wrong room, Uncle Chet. We was looking for a couple of ignorant Indians.
We might qualify. I'm Chief Running Wolf.
Well, pleased to meet you. I'm Jed Clampett, and this here is Jethro Bodine.
How, Red Brother?
Little Fox, Mr. Clampett is here, and he's brought along a friend of Chief True Tongue.
You about scared the daylights out of us poor defenseless women.
Well, I'm sorry, Granny. I had to warn you about the Indians.
Well, why'd you come up here dressed like one?
So he could slip through their lines, Ellie.
Yeah.
She ain't too smart when it comes to Injuns. Comes by it honest. Poor child.
Where's Miss Jane?
I'm afraid she's with the Indians.
Oh, no. Did they take her alive?
Alive? I...
Never mind. I can see it's something you'd rather not talk about.
Yeah. Where's Mr. Clampett?
That's something I'd rather not talk about.
Oh, Granny, him and
Ellie, we don't air our family failings in front of outsiders.
Well, Granny, wherever he is, tell him not to talk to those Indians.
My very own words.
Good, good. He shan't have nothing to do with those savages.
Mr. Drysdale, it looks like you and me is the only two people in Beverly Hills with any Injun savvy.
Yeah.
Let 'em attack. We'll show 'em.
Attack?
Mr. Drysdale, that Crowfoot tribe will be on us like a pack of wolves. Racing around the house on their war ponies, screeching their blood-curdling yells, flinging their lances and tommyhawks, shooting their burning arrows.
Granny, you expect a real Indian attack?
Mr. Drysdale, except for John Wayne, they ain't nobody knows Injuns like me. They's after our land, and them varmints don't give up. If we don't fight 'em here, we'll have to go back home and fight 'em.
We'll fight 'em here.
Good.
I'll go telephone for help.
There ain't nobody that'll listen to you in this town. Listen, you can get hold of John Wayne.
Say, that's a good idea. I'll call the movie studio.
Here's the telephone.
You want John Wayne to help fight off an Indian attack? Milburn, are you calling from a bar or the funny farm?
I am calling from the Clampett Mansion, where Granny says the Indians will ride up on their war ponies.
Milburn, I'm busy. Have some black coffee and call me back.
Larry, if Indian don't attack here, Clampetts go home fight Indian. Studio closed down, Chief Bald Eagle lose job.
I'm beginning to read your smoke signals. One Indian raid coming up.
Chief, I think we made a real good deal. Fair to both of us.
Yes, as my son, the attorney, would say, quid pro quo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't speak Crowfoot.
Well, so long, little fox. Sure has been nice dealing with you.
My pleasure, Jethro.
So long to you, too, Chief.
Au revoir.
Oh, the boy don't speak Crowfoot neither.
So long.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Chief.
Goodbye.
Well, Uncle Jed, I don't know how you made out with the chief, but I sure gave his son a skinning.
You did?
Yeah, I traded him my $40 wig for this.
Nice watch.
That ain't no watch. It's what you call a genuine Injun tic-tic.
Can't understand it, Ellie. I ain't dropped a one of them red devils, and there must be better than 100 of them.
Well, we's running low on shells, Granny.
I hope Mr. Drysdale's doing better out back.
I thought you guys were stuntmen.
We are.
Well, make it look real. I took the buckshot out of Granny's shells, but you still gotta bite the dust.
What dust? That's cement.
Well, do something to make it look like an Indian raid. I can hire jockeys to ride. Out front,
I'm finding the range, Ellie. I just dropped one. He's still bouncing.
All right, Granny. We's out of shells.
Only John Wayne was here.
Mr. Drysdale's been hit.
Only a flesh wound in the heart.
Fetch my knife. I'll cut it out.
No. I can do it. Dirty red savages.
This is the bravest thing I ever seen.
I'm going out there and give myself up. Now, right away, and you'll be saved.
Oh, no, Mr. Drysdale.
Oh, yes, it's me they really want.
You, when you've seen Ellie Mae, they might be ignorant, but they ain't blind. Now, Ellie, it's time for these.
Let me go out there. I'll trick them. I'll lure them away.
Are you dead set on that notion?
Yes.
There's one way you can lure them off.
What's that?
Come with me. Ellie Mae, get that stuff away from the door.
Granny, they won't believe I'm a woman.
If they run fast enough, they will open the door, Ellie.
They'll shoot him.
No, they won't. Besides, the way he sheds arrows, it won't matter.
Well, I'll go see if he makes it.
No, child. It's better if we never know.
Well, Granny, he's back safe and sound.
I told you it wasn't going to be no trouble with the engines.
Yeah, Uncle Jed was right. Look at that, Uncle Jed. Granny will do anything to keep from admitting she's wrong.
Yeah, she's a fine little woman, but she's got one blind spot.
Engines.
For dinner.
That's a carrot?
Well, they was a little picked over.
Granny, this sack is full of roots. Are you brewing a potion?
Potion? Huh. Why should I be brewing up a potion?
Because it's coming on the time of the year when you get the matchmaking urge.
Matchmaking?
Granny, I know what you're up to, and I'm warning you. Don't go looking for a sweetheart for me.
But I...
And that includes trying to bribe, trick, trap, or conjure one.
Granny, when are you going to stop wasting your time with all this hokum?
Hokum?
Yeah, ain't you been reading the papers? Why, there's an ad in here tells how to get a mate for life, scientific life, by a computer machine.
Machine? I suppose you put your money in and out pops a wife.
No, Granny. But I'll show you. It's in here every morning.
I ain't got time. The potion's ready.
Here it is. Find the perfect mate for you scientifically and accurately by computer selection. We have a human stockpile of thousands of people, all sizes and types, eager to meet you. Call now. Roto Romance, Inc. Now that's science.
Machines picking out mates. I never heard such craziness.
Granny, not machines, computers. Why, they's across the tracks and up the road from plain old machines.
Sheep dip, all of it.
But Granny, it's scientific.
I ain't got no time to listen to any more nonsense. Now, if you want to get married up to a bunch of gears and levers, go to it.
All right. Wait and see.
Machines. Yeah. Wait till my spell-making mixture starts dripping through. That'll get you a wife. All right. Let's see them drops of golden potion. Hope they ain't boiled too long. It boiled too long. Well, there goes my last chance to get Jed a spring wedding. Roto Romance. All sizes and types. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to look over their stock.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Jethro.
Where'd you go? I was getting to like answering all them questions with you.
I had to take a couple of aspirin. You know, you're a very unique case.
Thank you.
Now, let's continue finding out what kind of a person you are.
Why don't we forget about all these questions? I'd just as soon have you for a sweetheart as anyone.
You and I wouldn't compute.
Well, it'd sure be a lot of fun trying.
Yes, well, let's stick to the questionnaire. Now, I need to know your income.
Income? Oh, yeah. They say it's about $7,400.
All right, $7,400 a year.
Oh, no, ma'am. A day.
What?
Yeah, that's the interest on the money. We got $68 million.
I'll put that down. 68 million.
Is something wrong?
No, I'm just writing down the figures.
I know, but you're writing them down on the back of my hand.
Up, down, up.
down. 20. Phew. I finally found a way to make exercise enjoyable. There's $100 in each of these sacks.
That's fine, Chief. But I think you should talk to Jethro right away. Roto Romance just called, and he wants to sign up.
What's Roto Romance?
Oh, it's one of those computer dating outfits.
Oh, yes, I remember. See, that would be a good idea for Jethro. In fact, we ought to try to get Ellie interested.
Oh, Chief, you can't.
Why not?
Because love is a delicate spirit that loses its very essence under scrutiny. I can't allow it.
Wait a minute. Didn't you try this machine matching once?
Yes, once.
Oh, yes, I remember. When they put your card through the computer, it blew a fuse. Blacked out practically the whole south side of town.
That was a coincidence.
All right. Just get over there and pay Jethro's tuition. See if you can get something for Ellie.
Somebody shot this card all full of holes.
Oh, no. That's Mr. Clampett's data card. And all the information that you've given me is on it.
You mean the answers to them nosy questions you asked me?
That's right. And now I'm going to put this card through our computer, and in a moment, out will come the theoretically perfect woman for Jed Clampett.
This better be on the up and up, or you're going to be flatter than that card and just as full of holes.
Everything's going to be fine.
Oh, Mr. Filbert, I was wondering, could I have the afternoon off?
I'm sorry, Miss Oliver. I want you to keep that lady in their company while I run this card through.
Yes, sir. I hope you can wait, Jethro. Hello. I'm Linda Oliver. Mr. Filbert asked me to come in.
You? You're the one? Glamour push like you?
Beg your pardon?
Do you know how to milk a cow, or spin cloth, or plant taters?
Well, no, but I just...
I didn't think so. Computer machines, perfect woman. I could have done better picking names out of a hat.
Well, where is she? I told you to keep her company until I ran Mr. Clampett's card through.
I tried, but she got all excited and ran out.
Oh, no. After I found an absolutely flawless match for him. Never in my career have I seen two people who computed so perfectly. Gladys Peabody and Jed Clampett. Well, I've got to send her over. Why, they're just made for each other. Every punch perfectly aligned. Pardon me, Miss Oliver, but when I see something like this, isn't love just wonderful?
Hey, Uncle Jed, I got a real special date coming up. Can I borrow your courting duds?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Thanks.
Who's a special date?
My bride-to-be, Uncle Jed. The sweetheart of my dreams. The only one for me. The most terrific, wonderful gal that ever drawed a breath.
Who is she?
Well, they ain't told me yet.
Who's they?
A Roto Romance. The girl said it'd take the machine a while to compute me up just the right girl.
I know you won't mind my calling you at the last moment when you see who Roto Romance has for you.
He lives here?
Oh, he's not only rich. He's from your part of the country. He likes the same things that you do. He's tall and he's handsome and, oh, I could just go on and on.
Why don't you?
Oh, I'd rather you be surprised. Your two data cards made such a lovely couple.
Howdy.
Hello. Is Mr. Clampett here?
Well, that's me.
Well, I'm Mr. Filbert of Roto Romance Incorporated, and this is Miss Gladys Peabody. You do know why we're here.
Oh, yes, sir. I sure do. Just wasn't expecting someone quite so, come on in.
What happened to rich and handsome? All he is tall and country.
Now, remember, appearances are the smallest part of a Roto Romance. True love depends on what you have here.
You mean in our hearts?
Oh, no, on your punch card.
Ain't you coming in?
Miss Peabody will, but I think I'll be running along now. Things usually work out best when I'm not around. But I hope you'll let me do a paper on you for the Society of Matrimonial Engineers.
I'll fetch your date.
Then you're not the one.
Oh, heck no. All this is Jethro's doing. I'm Jed.
Oh, well, I must have heard the name wrong. What a relief. Oh, I mean,
Jethro's a younger fella, you know.
Well, who am I to argue with a computer?
this thing called love?
Boy, there's a lady here from the computer place. Says she's your date.
How about that roto romance? Free delivery.
Oh, I wouldn't be expecting too much. She appears to be...
Uncle Jed, appearances is the smallest part of roto romance. True love depends on our cards.
Well, I'd say you'd been dealt a losing hand.
Uncle Jed, if you can't trust a computer, who can you trust? That girl out there, why, she might just as well have been picked out by old Dr. Einstein himself.
Judging by her age, she was.
You wait and see. We're going to be perfect for each other. The computer has never, ever been wrong. Howdy. Uncle Jed, what was the last thing I said?
The computer has never, ever been wrong.
Hello, hello? No, she is not here. Hello, hello? Miss Hathaway, where are you? Roto romance? Oh, what are you doing there, playing chess with a computer?
No, Chief, it's been a real education. Oh, vastly different than the other place I went to. Here they're professional, scientific, intelligent. Now, Chief, I have not only paid Jethro's fees, I have turned in data cards for Ellie Mae and Granny.
Wonderful. Good thinking, Miss Hathaway. You wife?
Yes, I'm going to try for roto-romance myself. Why not? I told you that was just a coincidence. As a matter of fact, they're putting my data card through the computer right now.
You're improving, Miss Hathaway. This time you've blacked out all of Beverly Hills.
The lights went out.
They're out all over, but we don't need them in here.
I know. It's in there I want to see.
That's where Jethro and his date is.
I want to see who that computer outfit sent over.
Daddy.
I still didn't get a good look at her, but she must be a right proper girl.
What you mean?
She brung her mother with her.
I wonder what happened to them old lights. Of course, with them off, you look real nice. Oh, I didn't mean that the way it sounded.
I just can't get over the computer matching up two people of such different ages.
It seemed kind of queer to me, too. But it must have known what it was doing.
I guess so. And Mr. Filbert did say that our match was programmed in heaven.
Yeah. Shucks.
What are your hobbies, Jethro?
Oh, eating. Eating. Yeah, eating.
Well, one of mine is cooking.
Really?
Yes.
Gladys, this could be the start of something big.
Whoa.
Uncle Jed, I got to have a talk with you.
All right, boy. Where's Miss Peabody?
Well, she's heading for the kitchen. She thought she'd enjoy meeting Granny.
Well, she thought wrong, because Granny ain't exactly schools out happy about this computer courtship business.
I begin to wonder about that myself.
How come?
Gladys and me may have been programmed in heaven, but down here we ain't having no fun at all.
Maybe you ain't the match you thought you were.
No, there's no doubt about that. But maybe it'd help if you'd have a little talk with her.
Me?
Yeah, get her to liven up a little, so as I can find out some of the other things we got in common. I mean, there's only so much you can say about cooking grits.
Well, anyway, Jethro and I have found one common interest, food. He tells me he likes grits. I do know how to cook them. You do, huh? All right. Let's see you cook up some grits for Jethro. Oh, I don't need a pan that big. That ain't the pan. It's the ladle. That's the cooking. And just hope he don't ask for seconds.
Oh, there you are, Miss Peabody. I wonder if I could have a word with you.
Oh, well... Sure, go on. And when you're done, I'll get out my wash tub and we'll practice making gravy.
Miss Peabody, ma'am, seeing that Jethro is my nephew, I figured that you and me ought to get better acquainted.
I'd like that.
I understand you've been clean through the 3rd grade.
Well, to be honest, I had to drop out of the first.
Me too. Had to go to work on the farm.
Really? That's why I left.
You live on a farm?
Born and raised on one. I miss it.
Same here.
Say, you wouldn't happen to have another piece of wood there?
I think so. You like to whittle?
I love it.
Me too.
Howdy, Miss Oliver.
Hi, Jethro.
Hi.
Well, you seem low.
Oh, that's because I'm sitting down.
Could I sit down, too?
Oh, sure.
You are an awfully attractive man, Jethro.
Yeah, no.
Yes, well, how do you feel about me?
You? Why, I think you're prettier than a mess of hog jowls and sweeter than a tub of sorghum. But I ain't free to say it.
Why not?
I'm done took.
You mean you have a steady girl?
Well, no. She's a little shaky, but she's my intended.
Jethro, and I thought we were so right for each other.
Me too, Linda. But you can't fight science.
What do you mean?
Well, I just got too much brain for my body.
You're kidding.
It's the unhappy truth. Sometimes I wish I wasn't so dad-blamed educated.
But I thought you just graduated from the 6th grade.
No, I've done that 2 years ago.
Oh.
Linda, tell me something. Could you be happy married to an atomic scientist or a nuclear physicist or a space-age engineer?
No. I'd be much happier married to a simple country boy.
Doggone. You'd only got to me 10 years ago.
Jethro, there must be some hope for me.
Wait a minute. Maybe there is. You like country fellas, huh?
Oh, yes.
Regular old hayseeds?
Yes.
That's the kind of fella you want to marry.
Exactly.
Okay, you could be my aunt.
What?
Yeah, you marry my Uncle Jed. At least that way we can kiss on holidays. Uncle Jed, I'd like for you to meet your bride-to-be. Who? Does your getting engaged to her make this a holiday?
Engaged?
I'll take a chance. Uncle Jed, just be glad that you ain't got an enormous brain like mine. You can sure get in the way of fella's fun.
Why don't you step inside and, let me see if I can sort this boy out. Now, what's going on?
Just the idea I had to get some new blood in the family. Don't tell Gladys.
Well, it's her I have to discuss with you.
How come?
Well, I started out to ask her about you, but something kept getting in the way.
What?
By asking about her.
About her what?
About her everything. What I'm trying to say is, we hit it off just like we knowed each other all our lives.
Uncle Jed, are you telling me you done stole my computer, sweetie? The woman that's my scientific selected perfect match?
Well, stole ain't exactly the word.
Go on, say you done it.
All right, I done it.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Jed. Thank you. Well, seeing as how you stole my bride-to-be, I don't suppose you'd mind if I stole yours.
Seems only fair.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Jed, thank you. Linda! Hey, Linda!
Come on, Ellie. We'll go upstairs and sew a while before supper.
Well, gee, Granny, I bet you Paul and Jethro's having a lot of fun on their double date with Gladys and Linda.
They will if they can keep straight who's out with who.
Maybe we could get us computer date.
Don't even talk about it. The only thing you can be sure about with a roto-romance is that you'd be going out with the wrong fella. Come in.
Good evening, Ellie, Granny. Mr. Filbert tells me you've met.
Yeah. Howdy.
Howdy.
How do you do, ladies?
I have a surprise for you. Mr. Filbert has asked me out tonight.
Oh, So the machine matched you up, huh?
Oh, I didn't even bother to check. Anyone who can find a blown computer fuse like she did, well, that's my kind of girl.
Well, have a good time.
Oh, well, that isn't the surprise. You're going with us. We put cards through for you and Ellie, and the computer came up with 2 wonderful escorts. Come in, Bert, Hugh.
Well, that's nice of you, Miss Jane. But Granny said she wouldn't ever go out with no computer, Dave.
Hello. Hi.
I've changed my mind, Ellie. Let's go.
Oh, but you said all you could be sure of getting is the wrong fella.
I'll give it one try.